everyone and welcome to my channel. Please kindly subscribe, like my videos and share my videos too. Thank you. Okay, so a filmmaker known as Editing Effiong. He's a filmmaker. He writes, he produces, he also directs. He put out a tweet saying that Gen Z are sending HR people everywhere to therapy. You know, Gen Z are people born in the late 90s, between the late 90s and 2000. They are known as the Gen Z. So, different people came out to share their experiences with Gen Z at the workplace. You see, in Nigeria, usually most workspaces in Nigeria are highly toxic. Will I say employers have this notion that people are so desperate to work, so they bring up outrageous rules. Some of them are so rude, they are so nasty, and you see people tend to tolerate a lot because there are no jobs in Nigeria. Hence, they just okay, it's fine. I'm going to take it. If this is what it takes to earn a living, let me endure. They just believe that someday things will get better. So when he put out this tweet, a whole lot of Gen Z, that's people born between this period I talked about, came out to talk about their own experiences at the workplace, how they resigned. Also, people also came out to talk about their own like experiences with Gen Z children or Gen Z adults. To put it in a better way. Okay, now so see this girl. She's a Gen Z girl. She said, I just had one insurance company I was intending at. The reception lady was rude and sent me to go and buy a mala at the junction. Laugh out loud. I took the plate with my handbag and went home. Didn't pick their calls again and never returned. So this one also talked about a couple that was sent to buy amala at his friend's workplace. She went, brought the amala, but came to office with her father's jeep the next day. Since then, nobody near her with rubbish. So you can actually go through the comments. So the thing is, I think people need to differentiate like when you go to a workplace, when you're working, even if like you have a staff that is pretty young, like even if the person is the youngest, you don't have to send the person on certain errands when the person isn't the messenger, when the person is not employed to do such. I think it's very crazy, but an average Nigerian feels, oh, you're too young, so no, let me just send the person this, that. Okay, so this is it. This is it. The funniest is one that made me laugh so much. You see this particular one, my goodness, I laughed so hard. Like this particular one, the height of it. But I love them. I love the way Gen Z babes are changing things. Gen Z guys are changing things. Because if I'm being honest, these guys are usually very talented. They're usually very. The only thing is, don't put pressure on them. Don't threaten them. Just let them be. They are adults. They know what is right. They know what is wrong. And then there are certain rules like this issue of, oh, you're dressed this way. You're dressed. I think we have moved from that. Like you don't need to. A person's competence isn't tied to the way the person is dressed. Like if you look at the owner of what's this company, Paystack, Isra paints his nails. He wears lipsticks. He wears lipstick. He does his eyebrow. He makes his hair. But that guy is a tech wizard. So imagine employing that kind of person, and then at first you look at him and you're like, no, the way you're dressed is not going to work. It's not right. Like, don't just look at people's dressing. What do they have to offer? What can they offer? What can they do? I think that should be the major focus. But an average Nigerian, oh, you're dressed this way. Oh, you're not dressed. That's a crazy thing to do. So this one says, this lady's comment. People are like, oh, that's not fair. Why did she tell her boss's wife that that's why she cannot have a child? But the truth is, do you know what the lady told her? Do you know what the lady told her? The truth is that when you throw hurtful words at somebody, whatever the person tells you in return, you don't have to say, oh, it's too hard, it's too deep. But no one knows what the lady told her. Some of these people are actually very rude and nasty. And when people reply, people start being sentimental. Okay, this one say one didn't wear corporate an interview, and when the HR inquired why he dressed like that, he replied, the world has advanced. Dressing does not necessarily define your competence. HR was stunned but quiet. In the end, he was the most competent applicant. He got the job. You see, that's right. That's exactly what I was trying to say. That's exactly what I was trying to say. That you don't, just look at people and say, okay, you don't dress this way. So this is a HR person. She said, I treat them the way I treat my kids. I explain everything, send follow-up emails, plus I don't threaten. I've had success working with them. I find that they want to be doing boss moves, so I give them the opportunity. I'm just there to guide them, really. So someone replied, basically, no this and no peace. If you threaten them, they'll walk away. We had some intent a few years back, and I asked if they wanted to be investment bankers, asset managers. At the end of the internship, they all said no. Man was shocked. Friend said he was surprised. Expected them to say, yes, I'm going to do it, and all that. So this is it. And the issue of religion, there are some people that in their workplace you sometimes be like, is this actually a church? Is this a religious house? I strongly believe, really, I know religion can make somebody a better person, but at the same time there are people who are not religious that are also good. There are people who are not religious that are also very competent. So I don't know, except your organization is, I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to, when you want the work to be done, remove religious sentiments. Let people be, regardless of what they believe in. What matters is let the work be done. You're not like, so this is it. This one said, the day I quit my job, I just told them I wanted to sleep properly. Like my manager was stunned. Omo, make them chop their work, I beg. I love that they prioritize. This one said, I think this is because Gen Z prioritize their mental health, so they rather act or be acted upon in a similarly toxic environment. I stand corrected. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that they prioritize their mental health. That is what it should be like. Like for the longest time, employers of labor have always been very harsh. Unfortunately, we don't have strict labor laws in Nigeria, so most of these employers get away with a whole lot. Like there was a time the hashtag terrible bosses trended on Twitter, and there are lots of barbaric stories of what bosses did to their staff. And I feel like, no, this shouldn't be happening. Like, why will you? I don't know. Personally, like, I won't work in such an environment. That's on Mary had a little lamb. I will not work in such an environment. Like, I believe in mutual respect. Accord me with respect, and I will accord you with respect. I don't believe that, oh, because I'm working for you and then you talk anyhow, you treat the person like a slave. That's nonsense. So that's that. So these are the stories. I actually found this interesting. I said, oh, let me share with my YouTube subscribers. They'll like this. I really enjoyed going through the entire trend. I really did. They are really reshaping work culture and not willing to take abuse, be it verbal or any way it is disguised. Can't be bringing value somewhere and be treated like trash. Very true, because most times, well, these bosses feel like, oh, I can get, if I sack you, I can actually get somebody. But no, the truth is that there are people that are not replaceable. So sometimes just tap into their wealth of knowledge, tolerate them. Like, it's not as if they are bad. All these people want to do, like the story of the guy who said, sometimes he does a job that takes his boss 2 months to do. He does it in 3 to 4 days. So when you see people like that, even when you see them idling away during work hour, you can actually overlook them. You can ignore them, knowing that they will meet their deadline. They always meet their deadline. That's just it. Like, that's like the story of this guy. Can imagine this pile of papers, this pile of files. It take his boss 2 months, and for him it takes him like 3 hours. So when you now see him, you say, "Oh no, you're not doing anything." That's not nice. And he imagine he got fired because he was playing game during break. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So this is it. So this one said his boss was always disturbing him about being born again. One day I got irritated and told Baba, no be because of 50K you go they preach for me. I be atheist. I no one know God. Yeah. Sometimes when you want thing about atheists, it's only God that can change them. So sometimes you just free them with the whole preaching. God, or either God, an experience, like God can, like an experience or maybe a person's lifestyle can change them. Like, you don't get to them by preaching to them. It's even irritating, like it irritates them. So the best is you just handle them in a diplomatic manner. Okay, this person also said what I said. Gen Z can deliver a 1 month task in 2 days, but zero tolerance to toxic work environment. Well, actually, nobody should support a toxic work environment. Honestly, we are being very honest. It's not even worth it at all. It's not worth it. So this is it. So this. So tell me your own experience. Have you had any experience with a Gen Z person? Tell me what you think about this. Gen Z babes, Gen Z guys. Do you think they are doing well? Do you think it's good that they're standing up to their toxic bosses? Do you think it's okay that they don't feel a type of way resigning and staying idle, or get maybe some of them resign, they start doing business, doing makeup or selling one or two things? What do you think about it? Personally, I think they are doing well. I actually love how bold they are. I love that they are changing things. I'm all about change. And I honestly, I really do love that they are, upping things, changing the whole talk of, oh no, there are no jobs, manage, blah, blah, blah. So, absolutely, I really do love it. I really do love it.
Dear manager,
Britney, bitch.
this year I improved my PowerPoint skills, and we both know that no one can replace me. Give me a raise. I demand higher salary. I know all the company secrets, so you don't have a choice. My skills are priceless, but for you, I would be happy to settle on $200,000. Please don't contact me unless it's about my promotion.
So you can imagine a Gen Z person actually sends this TikTok video to HR, so demanding for an increase in salary. So you can imagine. I saw this and I was like, God, I need this audacity in every aspect of my life, because what? This is what we call audacity, and I love it.